Please be seated. The inauguration ceremony for our esteemed new students is about to commence. In order to ensure the smooth flow of the program, we kindly request you to either switch off or turn your mobile phones to silent. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Please rise for the procession. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
please be seated. Distinguished guests, President and Vice Chancellor, fellow members of the university, our beloved students. Good morning. I'm Conrad Halau, a second-year Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery student.
And I am Mubashira Shakir, a third-year Bachelor of Engineering student. We are honored to serve as your Masters of Ceremony for this morning. Today, we gather here to continue a cherished tradition where the university extends its warm greetings to welcome all of you officially to the HKU family. It is our pleasure to have the opportunity to meet you in person. For those unable to join us here today, we have prepared a live stream on the HKU official and SIDAR's YouTube channel, ensuring that everyone can be part of this significant event.
To promote the inclusion and participation of students with hearing difficulties, a live captioning service will be incorporated into the ceremony today. The live captions transform the professional and educational experience of students by providing an immediate access to the spoken words.
Next, we have a captivating video prepared especially for you, an introduction to HKU and the incredible experiences that await you here. Through this video, we aim to convey the spirit of HKU and present you with a glimpse of the endless possibilities that lie ahead. So, without further ado, let us all immerse ourselves in the video. Hope all of you have enjoyed the video.
To begin the proceedings, let us invite the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Samson C., to introduce to you the members of the procession. Professor C., please.
Thank you, Conrad. Thank you, Mumba. It is super nice to welcome you to the Inauguration Ceremony 2023. This event is a celebration centered around each and every one of you. Hey, why don't you turn to the person next to you? behind or before, say, hi, what's your name? And how are you doing? Hey, 45 minutes, greeting time, do it. 45 minutes, seconds, I mean. Wow, wonderful. It's lovely to hear the grand hall filled with joyous chatter. I'm sure it's the same in the other lecture theater as well. Moving on, I will encourage you to be mindful, being reflective for the next 50 minutes. Hey, 2 epic reflection pointers. What is the significance of being a university student in this part of the world at this moment in time? Both for yourself, personal growth, and also the greater good. How will you take advantage of the exciting learning opportunities and diverse experiences that lie ahead in the coming years? Again, my very sincere welcome to this joyful occasion. Yeah, thank you. Why not? Now, I would like to introduce our dear Procession members, President and Vice Chancellor, fellow members of the universities, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to introduce to you the Procession members for this inauguration ceremony for new students. I would like to begin by introducing the members of Senate management team of the University of Hong Kong. It gives me very great pleasure to introduce the President and also Vice Chancellor, Professor Zhang Chang. Professor Zhang is the head of the university. Prior to joining HKU, Professor Zhang was the inaugural Ernest S. Kuhn Endowed Chair Professor at the University of California, Berkeley, and the director of the U.S. National Science Foundation, Nanoscale Science and Engineering Center. He has also served as the director of Material Science Division at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. Once again, Professor Zhang. I would like to introduce the acting executive vice president, who is the university principal officer, providing strategic leadership and oversight of the university's fiscal and administrative operations, encompassing finance and enterprises, capital projects and facilities management, human resources, information technology services, healthcare, and safety management, and other critical functions that support the education, research, and service missions of the university. The acting executive vice president is Professor Wei Pang. A very, very important person. The vice president and vice chancellor research is Professor Max Shen. Professor Shen's primary responsibilities cover the planning and execution of strategies in research, innovation, knowledge exchange, technology transfer, entrepreneurship, and postgraduate education and research. Professor Shang is also the dean of the graduate school. Let's welcome Professor Shang. Now I would like to introduce the deans. The university has 10 faculties and a graduate school. Each of these is governed by a board that includes student representatives. The student representatives participate fully in the work of their boards. The faculty deans I'm going to introduce will be following the chronological order based on the founding year of the faculty in accordance with the university protocol. The acting dean of medicine is Professor Vivian Lin. Professor Lin is the Executive Associate Dean of Medicine and Professor of Public Health Practice. The Dean of Engineering is Professor David Swallow-West. Professor Swallow-West is the Chair Professor of Materials Theory in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Thank you so much, Professor Swallow-West. The Dean of Arts is Professor David Pomfret. Professor Pomfret is the Professor of History in the School of Humanities. Representing the Dean of Science is Dr. Eddie Lam. Dr. Lam is the Associate Dean looking after student affairs of the faculty. Dr. Lam is also the Associate Head, Teaching and Learning, and the Associate Professor in the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. Thank you, Dr. Lam. The Acting Dean of Social Sciences is Professor Eric Fong. Professor Fong is Chair Professor in the Department of Sociology and Associate Dean looking after Teaching and Learning in the Faculty of Social Sciences. The Dean of Dentistry is Professor Thomas Fleming. Professor Fleming is the Clinical Professor in Periodontology and also King Board Professor in Advanced Dentistry. Welcome, Professor Fleming. The Dean of Education is Professor Wei Yang. Welcome, Professor Yang. The Dean of Law is Professor Hualin Fu. Professor Fu is Professor of Law and also Warren Chen Professor in Human Rights and Responsibilities. Next, the Dean of Architect is Professor Christopher Webster. Professor Webster is the Chair Professor in Urban Planning and Development Economics. Welcome, Professor Webster. The Dean of Business and Economics is Professor Hongbin Chai. Professor Chai is the Chair Professor of Economics. The next person I'm going to introduce is the University Registrar, who is the head of registry, which is the main administrative office of the university. By the way, I should let you know, the notice you received is from the registrar, who is the person who offered you the admission to the university. Let's welcome the acting registrar, Ms. Dora Yu. Having a strong team of deans and support by registrar is one thing, but our learning environment is important. Now I would like to introduce the Chief Information Officer and the University Librarian, Ms. Flora Ng, who provides the outstanding information resources and services which are so important for your studies. Thank you, Ms. Ng. Hey, last but certainly not least, dear Procession members, let us welcome the fresh faces, bright minds, and eager spirit joining the HKU family. Students in front of us and also in the other lecture hall, they represent a diverse cohort of new students, bringing with them future-ready vision, boundless intellectual curiosity. For some, it's also a journey towards growing confidence and also self-understanding. Shall we put our hands together, give them a good round of applause, our new Hong Kong youths. I can't stop saying congratulations, but this is the end of my introduction. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to my colleagues and also students attending the inauguration ceremony. Back to you, Conrad and Mumba.
Thank you so much, Professor C.
There is a great deal to uncover within HKU's culture, offering numerous opportunities for you to explore. This year, the university has curated specific courses aimed at introducing students to essential skills and resources. The programs and activities revolve around the theme of change, be future ready. HKU encourages students to pursue their passions, delve into new interests, integrate knowledge, and make a meaningful impact on both the community and the world. Now, let's watch the video.
There are many factors and people contributing to the founding of a university. Not one person can take all the credits. Yet, Sir Frederick Lugard, the Governor of Hong Kong from 1907 to 1912 and first Chancellor of HKU, was indeed a man of vision.
The University of Hong Kong was founded in 1911, with arts, engineering and medicine as its first faculties. The Faculty of Medicine evolved from the Hong Kong College of Medicine, which was founded in 1887. In its first 50 years, HKU was the only university in Hong Kong. HKU, since its inception, has been a university with a strong mission for developing all-rounded students not only for Hong Kong, but also for China and the whole world. As put by Sir Frederick in 1912, the graduates of this university will go forth into China with standards of life, with conceptions of duty, with characters and ideals formed during their training within these walls. The original ordinance of HKU stipulated that the university was for students of all races, nationalities and creeds. HKU, since its early days, has been an international university serving students from all over the world. The foundation stone of the main building, the first building of HKU, was laid on the 16th of March in 1910 by Sir Frederick Lugard. The main building was completed in 1912. This is a bazaar celebrating the second Foundation Day. We still celebrate the Foundation Day on the 16th of March. Mark that in your diary. We have a holiday while everyone else has to go to work. Initially, there were just a handful of staff and students.
Female students were not admitted to HKU until 1921.
Lok Kiew Hall is now the place where a lot of important university ceremonies are held. In those days, it was known as the Great Hall. This is the first graduation ceremony of the university in 1916. Altogether, there were 23 graduates and 5 graduates with honours. Dr. Sun Yat-sen studied medicine at the Hong Kong College of Medicine, which later became HKU's Faculty of Medicine. He was one of the first graduates of the college in 1892. He is now celebrated all over the world as the father of modern China. In 1923, the Students' Union of HKU invited Dr. Sun to address them. Again in the Great Hall, he said, "I feel as though I have returned home, because Hong Kong and the University of Hong Kong are the birthplace of my knowledge." After his speech, the students carried Dr. Sun on their shoulders, out from Lok Kiew Hall and down to the main entrance, where this historic photograph was taken. Today, we still have a statue of Dr. Sun located next to the lily pond, which was unveiled in 2003. The university's idea is perhaps most succinctly captured in its shield, which was designed in 1912 and adopted in 1916. It combines the two ancient languages of Chinese and Latin. Within the open book, which symbolizes learning, we find the 4 Chinese characters that are taken from the Confucian classic, The Great Learning, 大学, which also means university in Chinese. These Chinese words, 明德 and 格物, emphasize the traditional values of both moral and intellectual training. We should bring out the good nature of humankind. We should also pursue the very roots of knowledge and truth. Below the shield is the Latin equivalent, sapientia et virtus, which can best be translated into wisdom and virtue. The Chinese and Latin echo each other. In 2012, we had our centenary celebration and the opening of the Centennial Campus. In 2016, the university promulgated its vision for the next decade in this vision document. It tells you how we can be Asia's global university through our 3+1 I's. That is, internationalization, innovation, interdisciplinarity, converging to make an impact.
To realize its mission, the university places a strong emphasis on whole-person education with unique out-of-classroom platforms for the cultivation of intellectual, social, multicultural, and leadership capabilities.
Student residences form an integral part of HKU's education rather than just a means of accommodation. The first hall of the university, St. John's Hall, now known as St. John's College, was completed in 1912. Morrison Hall was founded in 1913. We have 13 residential halls and 2 non-residential halls that emphasize on giving students an opportunity to develop and grow. Another form of residential experience is offered in the 4 residential colleges established in 2012, with roughly equal representations of undergraduates and postgraduates, and students from Hong Kong, mainland China, and overseas.
We have a student body of over 33,000 students, of whom over 17,000 are undergraduates. Across all levels of study, we have close to 40%, or over 13,000 non-local students coming from around 100 countries. We also have over 1,000 incoming exchange or visiting students from around 30 countries. Over 60% of our professoriate staff are non-local.
HKU has indeed come a long way in the last 100 years. We do have a lot to cheer for. We are one of the top universities in the world. It has taken the hard effort of many generations of people. Be proud to be part of the HKU family.
Hope all of you have enjoyed the video.
Now, may we invite the Dean of Student Affairs to share a few words about the video clip. Professor C, please.
Thank you. Indeed, I also enjoyed the video. I'd like to invite you to be proud of, to grow your sense of identity, and also belonging with this family we call the University of Hong Kong. The video has showcased the university's journey from the past to the present. The University of Hong Kong has made significant progress in its last 112 years. Today, we invite you to be part of our history and future, which holds exciting possibilities. Together, as the HKU family, we flourish, we strive for growth and success. In many cultures, special garments symbolize a significant role. At the later part of today's ceremony, just like many students in the past, you will wear the green gown representing your affiliation with the HKU family as you embark on your new identity as a university student. May the blessings of faculty members and also fellow students sitting next to you be bestowed upon you abundantly and also humbly for the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Si. May we now invite Professor Xian Zhang, President and Vice Chancellor, to address us. Professor Zhang, please.
Good morning, students. Welcome to the University of Hong Kong and this family. You all have worked very hard to get here. I congratulate you for what you have accomplished so far. I've no doubt that today is just the beginning. As you commence your journey here with us, I want you to take a moment and think. Where will you be in a few years' time? Fresh after graduation? What about 8 years from now? Or 20 years from now? Now, some may say it's too early to think about these questions. I'm just joined the university at first day. But look at your planet today. It is facing more challenges than ever. We've got climate change challenge, social inequality, pandemics we just witnessed last few years, changes that have taken us all by surprise. Change has become a constant, yet it is precisely change that we must to embrace. We must think creatively, work together, and adapt to the change and uncertainty we face. It's never too early to be future ready. Hong Kong U has nurtured generations of leaders across the disciplines who have gone to transform their communities, their cities, and the country, and make an important impact in the world. This success does not come from only their intelligence. Everybody in Hong Kong U graduates are intelligent, nor from their persistence. But it is also about how to prepare themselves for the future and challenge. You can be one of them, but it begins right here and right now. Be open to endless possibilities and explore these very possibilities. Take advantage of these many opportunities that Hong Kong U has to offer to you. The more opportunities we embrace, the more future ready we can be. Each of you are unique, and your journeys will be distinct and like no one else. I hope your coming years at Hong Kong U will be amongst the best year of your life and allow you to make friends and memories that you shall cherish for life. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Zhang. And please remain on stage.
The robing ceremony shall now commence. Please stand up and hold the green gown in your hands until the President asks you to put it on. Please remain standing until the robing ceremony is completed. Now, may we have the honor to have Professor Zhang conduct the robing ceremony. Professor Zhang, please.
It is a time-honored tradition of the university that our undergraduates wear the green gowns. This symbolizes your membership to the university. and are your passport to a successful future. I believe you are ready to take your place in history, tradition, and the future of this university. Please put on your green gown now. Welcome to the university, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Professor Zhang. Please be seated. Congratulations! We welcome you to the HKU family again. As all of you may know, the green gown is the official attire formerly worn by all undergraduates on formal occasions, including examinations and high-table dinners. By putting on the green gown, you officially farewell your secondary school life and become a university student. Now, we are very honored to have invited Dr. Bruce Wong to be our officiating guest this morning.
Dr. Wang is the co-founder and CEO of EcoFlow, which revolutionizes energy access with industry-leading portable power stations. Inspired by his childhood in northwestern China, witnessing successful ecological restoration efforts, he earned a PhD in energy storage technologies at HKU and played a key role in establishing the R&D department of DGI batteries, as well as doubling the flight times of their drones. Dr. Wang introduced robust and mobile renewable technology, offering consumers backup power, off-grid living, energy efficiency, and cost savings. Their EcoFlow Delta Pro, the world's first portable home battery, was recognized as one of Time's 100 best inventions in 2021.
Dr. Wong demonstrates social responsibility through initiatives such as donating over 1,000 portable power stations to mobile cabin hospitals in Wuhan during the COVID-19 outbreak. They also provided assistance to the local communities in Hawaii during the recent wildfires by donating dozens of portable power stations. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Wong to address us this morning. Dr. Wong, please.
Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to our incoming students, the new Hong Kong Uers. It's my great honor to be back at our wonderful campus and to share my story with you. I'd like to start off and tell you all about my time at Hong Kong U. It was, believe it or not, fewer than 10 years ago. I graduated here with my dream PhD. My time here is the foundation upon which I built my career as an engineer and as an entrepreneur. But I think it's important to note that things did not go very smoothly in the beginning. Can you imagine how I felt when just before I started, the professor, I got to know and who admitted me actually left Hong Kong U right before I'm going to start my study for another university. So I was 21 years old and passionate about starting my research in clean energy. And now here I was, a leftover student, even before the day one. So I couldn't help but keep wondering if I could no longer pursue my dream course of study. Fortunately for me, Hong Kong U is very inclusive, supportive, and student-oriented. That original professor who go on to connect with another professor who became my new supervisor, he accepted me as his research student and allowed me to continue my interest in clean energy. This was the start of a wonderful and transformative 4-year experiences at Hong Kong U. But that said, the situation was not 100% perfect. My new professor's expertise was in solar energy, and I had to choose between the solar energy or my biggest dream, battery technology. Solar would be the easiest and safest choice, but my heart told me that the battery was my long-time passion and love, a hard path full of uncertainties and challenges in my situation. My professor was very supportive. He helped me make up my mind when he said that exploring the unknown is what a real PhD student should do. So being bold and passionate, and definitely naive, I entered my PhD life at Hong Kong U. I started everything from scratch, building the lab, setting up the equipment, trying numerous experiments, and reading the literature from decades ago to present. It was tough going, but when you are so determined and immersed in your work, especially the work you love, things will improve. After almost 2 years of struggling, things became clearer for me. I started to feel the beauty of research, and my research results were starting to be published. I was also very lucky to be awarded the Swire Scholarship, which offered me free accommodation at Robert Black College. And the food at Robert Black College is really great. I encourage you guys to go there to have a try. My professor was instrumental in supporting me during this time. And after a bumpy but rewarding journey, I graduated in 2014. So what Hong Kong U gave me was not just a PhD certificate. What I took from my experience is to have the courage to explore your love and the passion to explore the unknown. And this lesson is not just limited to careers and research. I found my love, Naomi, at Hong Kong U, a fellow PhD student. Our marriage was witnessed by my professor. Today, we have 2 lovely children. When it comes to what you love, I think it's the same for your work and for your lifelong partner. We need to have the courage and persistence to pursue love. We need to be resilient to changes and also the ups and downs. The results of our efforts will not always be quick or easy. The right path is usually the hard path, a path full of adventures and surprises, but with it, challenges and risks. With that in mind, I want to take you to my biggest risk, my founding of EcoFlow in 2017. At that time, I had been working at DJI for 3 years, applying what I learned from university to real-world challenges. But the work started to become routine for me, kind of boring for me. What really excited me were the biggest change in clean energy. It was clear that batteries can change the world and improve people's lives. They are at the heart of the transition from traditional fossil fuels to clean and sustainable energy, a transition that's essential for us to counteract global warming and climate change. I came back to Hong Kong U. I stayed at Robert Black College for a week. I settled down myself and thinking about whether I was ready to try something entirely new, a startup within the battery technology space. I'm only 27 years old at that time point. So as you can imagine, this is a lot for a young man to take on. I spoke with my professor, a former top technical leader in TSMC, Taijidian. And back then, he was a professor in the mechanical engineering. He said, you've got to pursue what you love, especially when you are still young. You will not regret it if you try your best. And that's how he transferred his career from a technical leader to a researcher. So with the boldness and naivety common to man at this stage, but with the encouragement and also support from family and mentors, I once again found myself starting something from scratch. I can tell you that as difficult as I thought it would be to found and to run a company, the reality was that it was much, much harder than that. EcoFlow was nothing at that time. We were always on the brink of life and death in the very first 3 years. People left. Even the co-founder retreated. I received rejections from over 100 venture capitals, but I kept on believing that if this was the right thing to do, good things would happen. It's just a matter of time. Maybe it would take up to 10 years or even more, but I was ready and willing to fully devote myself for this journey. I held a strong conviction that our technology and also innovative products could help our customers live a better life. Meanwhile, our R&D team worked day and night to create the most innovative portable energy solutions. It's just like how I conducted my research in the Hacking One building during my Hong Kong U days. With determination and dedication, I held a strong conviction that our technology and innovative portable power solutions could help global users live a better life and bring peace of mind to their families. We went through the darkest time at EcoFlow in 2019, and then started to grow fast in 2020. EcoFlow has so far grown over 200 times. We have served over 2.5 million users globally and are sold in over 100 countries and regions now. Our vision, power a new world with sustainable home energy solutions, is shared by our 2,000 global talents across the world, in Europe, in the United States, in Japan, and here in China. We were rewarded for our determination, and today, our efforts have become more essential than ever. Governments across the globe have committed to clean energy and a carbon-neutral future with clear timelines. What we do at EcoFlow is a paradigm shift from traditional energy to new energy. Traditional energy will be phased out, and our bright and sustainable future will be powered by new energy. This new energy is clean enough for my son and daughter to live a happy and harmonious life with our Mother Nature. So the altruism of Mother Nature has cultivated our amazing human civilization. But this altruism deserves a return of respect and love. This is actually what Hong Kong U's motto, virtue in wisdom and virtue, taught me. EcoFlow's existence and fast development is the embodiment of this principle. When you treat the other people and the world with virtue and use your wisdom to advance the well-being of others and the world, you will receive a great return. This is, to me, a reinforced positive feedback loop. I believe if you stick to this principle, you will receive positive feedback life like me and could live a happy life. I know university life is new to you all. You want to play hard. You want to learn a lot of knowledge in the coming 4 years. You also want to go out for dating, definitely like me do. So you also want to receive a well-paying job after your graduation. But above all, I think, open yourself to a bumpy yet fantastic journey and find what you love. Align your lifelong passion with the well-being of your surroundings and the world, and then embrace your unique and wonderful life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wong. Please be seated.
On behalf of our fellow students, we would like to express our gratitude to thank our speakers, Acting Executive Vice President, Vice President and Pro-Vice Chancellor, the faculty deans, interim registrar, and the Chief Information Officer and University Librarian for being with us this morning. We thank you for your presence. We would also like to thank the University Choir, the University Philharmonic Orchestra, and the student hosts for their many hours of practices and contributions to this ceremony. Thank you so much to these students.
May we ask students in Lecture Hall 2 to remain seated. Our President, Professor Zhang, and the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Si, will come over to greet you in person. It is our pleasure to be with you this morning, and we wish you all the very best in the years to come. Now, please rise and wait for the procession to leave the hall.